Confetti. Streamer here with airplanes, bugs, flowers, cars, people, guitars. Little bits and pieces of this and that. Them, they, us, those, spiders, birds, crawfish, ducks, cities, streets, buildings, lakes, and trees. What do you think it all means? Soap opera, what? Soap opera, villains, heroes, bodywork, weird visual stuff, weird oral stuff, music, water, rocks, flying saucers, UFOs, street festivals. Confetti, 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 confetti.
We're Case Studies, and I'm Dave Nealon.
I'm Mark Rawlins. The name Case Studies is based on the fact that Dave carries a lot of cases around. He's a versatile one. He plays mandolin, banjo, guitar, harmonica. I stand around with guitar the whole time. But that's where the name came from. We've been playing together about a year and a half. We go to the same church, and we were doing some music for a Christmas service, and ended up doing a song together, and decided to keep doing some music together after that.
Did each of you know about the other's talents?
Yeah, I'd seen Mark play at church, I think, is what I did. Am I supposed to follow that camera around?
No.
And so I saw him there.
We had actually played together long before we started doing this Case Studies thing. Another musical friend at church had gotten a bunch of people together, and we played, but never really followed that up with anything else, and just kind of the timing seemed to be right. A year and a half or so ago, and we both wanted to do it, so we started pursuing it.
How often have you been doing gigs in this year and a half?
Well, they come and they go, but now we're real busy. We've got like 3 this week, 2 next week, or something. So
we're trying to gear up more for the summer, but actually we've been kind of off and on during this time. We're both teachers, and our work keeps us pretty busy, so
and tired.
But summer is a good time.
You're both teachers. What do you teach?
I teach 5th grade. I teach at Greensboro Day School. Hi, 5th graders.
I teach at Interlake Language Center at Guilford College. It's English as a second language program.
You mentioned earlier one of you has a master's degree and you went up to the mountains. That was Dave, right?
Yeah, I did. I quit teaching for 2 years, got a master's degree in folklore at Chapel Hill, and that was a great time. My thesis research was on a certain family of musicians in the mountains near Charlottesville, Virginia, and the recordings they made in the 20s, old 78s. That are still around. We scooped up the records, and everybody in the family still sings and plays banjos and fiddles and all kinds of vocal music, and so it's kind of fun to. So I was trying to trace the musical line and see what different influences were going on over the years. Great way to spend a couple of years.
With you, when you were children, what were you doing? Were you playing the guitar and singing?
I didn't start till I was 15 years old, and actually I kind of held out on taking piano lessons. I had 3 older sisters, and my parents kind of let me slide. But there's an old guitar in the attic that had belonged to one of my sisters. My father told me he'd pay me $1 for every song I learned, or $5 for every hymn. And pretty soon I had bankrupted him, pretty much. But he decided he'd just buy me a guitar and let it go at that.
Well, I was in 4th grade, and I begged and begged and begged for drums. I mean, I begged for drums, so my parents got me a guitar. And so I started playing, took some lessons.
They were smart parents.
They were smart. And my brother played, who's a few years older than I am, so I learned a lot from him, and we traded off licks. And so I hate to think how long ago that was. Been playing. Mom played Woody Guthrie and Arlo Guthrie records all the time, and Pete Seeger and so on. So that just was so accessible. You could hear the guitar and kind of figure out what to do, and so that encouraged me to play.
thanks for watching Confetti as we close out the show with case studies.